Hi, I'm Max. I play guitar.
Hey, I'm Cole. I'm the drummer.
Hi, I'm Anna. I'm the singer.
I'm Chris, and I'm a little bit of a guitar player.
Hi, I'm Brennan, and I play the bass.
We're the Crimson Blue!
We had like the first word like crimson. I remember I was just like, I sent a text, I just said blue, because I thought it was like, oh, we just call our band Blue, man. It's kind of interesting.
And I was like,
oh, crimson.
What about Crimson Blue? And I was like, wow, they're opposites, and that would be so interesting.
Dude, that's so quirky and cool.
We all collaborate on our music, no matter who writes it. So we all get to put our own little touch on it, and that makes it a connection for all of us to have.
We have a very sort of different approach to everything, especially since our backgrounds are hugely different. Like with her being an opera singer, me and Max, we met in jazz band doing jazz stuff, and now we're doing more rock music, and bringing Chris, and then Brennan also has a huge classical, he played cello for
16 years.
16 years,
so.
yeah.
Dude, like I use like Outkast as one of my influences for some reason.
Yeah.
So basically, I'll just be sitting playing my guitar at home, and I come up with just little bits and pieces of songs and stuff like that. But I'm not sure of the structure yet because I'd like everybody else to be able to get on it and just see how it flows right with all of us. Get a little something out, and then I bring it to them. It's like, hey, I got this here's a couple riffs, and then we all just kind of join in and make it a full little track, Kind
of just like a round robin between all of us. Like we all just like sort of bring in our little pieces, and then it all adds these little puzzle pieces to make like a whole.
He's a lot better at writing the faster stuff.
Yeah.
And then I write all the girly ballads.
Little
Yeah, you can definitely kind of tell who made like the first structure of it, because like they especially with a lot of our songs, they like change genre almost, so you can tell who wrote the first little bit.
I've noticed like our solos, our improvisation while we're playing is definitely more exploratory. We can go different places while we're on stage, whereas before we would just sort of play everything by the letter and how we practiced, and now we can go wherever we want.
Even though some of us come from a background of playing in front of audiences, a lot of that is more like formal, and so we very much just like sort of played the music and just kind of let it be. I feel like we've got more in tune with ourselves, as well as being able to get with the audience and actually sort of bring like a stage presence and more of an actual like visual aspect to the show rather than just like playing music.
Cold sticks go over you want, hit me in the back of the head.
Oh yeah. I've gotten, that's one skill I've gotten better at, is not dropping sticks. Yeah, my hands sweat a lot. It goes everywhere sometimes.
I don't know about them, but I drink beforehand.
We usually practice together.
Hopefully.
If time allows.
Yeah.
Sometimes we eat. We just try to keep it chill so we don't freak out.
Yeah, for real.
Before I go meet up with y'all, I'm standing in front of the mirror, like jumping up and down,
Yeah.
pump myself up. Dude, something about Cincinnati, man. Everybody, like all the bands talk to them, they're all like friends, man. Like I seriously, I have like full conversations with these people I've never even met before.
And like apart from us local Cincinnati rock bands, there's a lot of jazz influence in the city. And lots of like psychedelic rock and jam bands everywhere.
A lot of venues are willing to have multiple genres on at the same night. We had what was pretty close to like a bluegrassy country band at our last gig that we were opening for. And it was
But it's crazy how all of it can be interconnected, because I've been to some house shows with jazz bands there and some psychedelic bands too. It's we're all intertwined with each other somehow.
There's like a sort of almost like brother and sisterhood when it comes to how we all connect as musicians, because like especially even when touring musicians come through, like we are always very welcoming of them, and then if they treat us very well, it's always a great time. It doesn't really matter like how big of a following you have, like you don't get treated differently through here at all. You can have 10 followers, you can have 10,000 followers, or like how many people come to your shows. It's all just really basically about the music.
I think, if anything, man, I feel like it's on par with a lot of other cities that are like doing that kind of stuff. Because, dude, Cincinnati, they got some heat dropping out of that.
Yeah, for real.
Well, opera does take a lot of air. I definitely am fortunate in the way that I can send it through and project my sound, especially over these guys because they're loud. So I have to be loud too.
Man.
But their loudness also helps me want to do that, want to be loud.
Like when we're recording with Neil and stuff like that, Neil was just talking about the whole time, like, man, she does not breathe when she's singing. She gets it all out in one phrase.
No matter what. Crazy.
That comes in all times, man. It comes in waves. You know, you're not gonna always be creative all the time. You know, and sometimes we're busy. Sometimes there's 5 people. That's 5 schedules you got to worry about. And so I mean, there's times when we're not able to practice as much, but then you might not be as creative. But then as life goes on, you get more experiences like the things around you, and you can write those songs about that, and that's where your creativeness comes back, and then we can all practice and put those things together and then put it into a show for you guys.
If I ever feel burnout personally, I like to take a step back and remember why I do this and why I love it and how much it's helped me through the years and how much of an outlet and a coping mechanism it's been.
Never be afraid to take a break and just like let yourself like come back to it. Now, of course, it doesn't mean doesn't go and abandon it or nothing, but like if you're feeling like you're kind of in like a super big rut and you have absolutely no way of getting out of it right now, it's okay to take a step back and just kind of breathe in, breathe out, let it be for a little bit, and come back to it with sort of a fresh face to it, because like you can wear yourself out entirely and mentally, like you'll just look at it at that specific angle, like especially when you get into a rut, you'll look at it the same way each time, and being able to just kind of step back and then evaluate and then go back and try to see it in different lights is probably the best way.
I do a lot of poetry, cringy poetry. I'm just a girl, so that is my other creative outlet, is creative writing.
I think just like all art in general, like paintings, music, like poetry, everything like that, I kind of have that like all of the combined sense in my. I think music is just my way to express the best, but I would do like paintings, I would do that, love to do that, but I can't. But there's a lot of art things, and this is really what I kind of just paste this all together, and that's where the music comes from for me.
Now for me also, it's mostly creative writing as well. I've kind of got a similar track with which he's gone, and I just, especially like at night, like it's almost a way to help me sleep, as I just love just like writing down my thoughts and then just thinking of ways to express it differently.
What about you, Brian?
No, just music, that's
just music, that's all I need.
I feel you.
I don't know, I feel like I try to be a silly, goofy guy. I like being funny. Comedy's an art form.
You gotta wear the maid dress again to one of our shows.
I should. I wore a maid dress to a house show.
Not again.
I had swim trunks underneath, and you could see them.
No swim trunks next time.
No swim trunks. It'd be nothing.
Hopefully there's not a breeze going through.
Actually, hopefully there will be.
We tailor our sound to different audiences, for sure. So like if we play a 4-hour bar gig, that's different. So we play like a lot of oldies, a lot of rock, and then house shows we tend to get on the like the grungier, poppier kind of side. We like to do what our audience likes.
Yeah.
We pick it up at the end.
Yeah.
That's when we got what we got. We got Reach for the Moon.
Reach for the Moon, Dazed and Confused.
For What It's Worth.
Yeah.
That's
For What It's Worth is our ending. Yeah.
So usually the last song is where we try to like big end and finish strong.
It's
consistently.
Like, we're just like running that train like right through that blockade, straight down the cliff. Like it's it's going right through.
And Anna gets to find out how much she has left in the tank.
Yeah, exactly.
I get to find out how much more I can sing before I lose my voice.
If you're starting out, don't be intimidated or afraid to play with people who are better than you, because music is a language, and like any language that we learn, when we start out as babies, we're surrounded by people, we learn from people that speak the language better than us. This is what you build your foundation on. So when you're trying to learn a new language that is music, it helps to be around people who speak the language better than you.
Yeah. And I mean, like, there's definitely like so many different sort of like situations that people are in when they're trying to pursue music. Like some people, like they're older and they're they don't have time exactly because they might have kids and a job. Or with me, like I've already started to pursue music, but now I'm in school for an engineering track, so I'm very busy with all that. It's really mainly about, one, definitely don't compare yourself to others that much. Like
you can't.
Like look in on yourself and make sure you are happy with what you are doing, with what you're doing, because it does not matter what other people think. It matters what you think, and you're setting your goals and completing them. And it doesn't matter how long it takes. Like you can literally take years to take like the simple stuff. And honestly, if you're taking that long to go over the simple stuff, that means you're really good at it. And that's what's important, is just doing what you want to do and getting it done in the time frame that you can do it, and just having fun with it. I mean, music is all about just like enjoying yourself and expressing expressing yourself.
Just do it. That's all, like that Nike stuff.
Yeah, the Nike sweatshirt on, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Oh,
If
he's
you
a
love
sponsor
it,
or something.
You won't give up on it. If you love it, don't give up on it, and don't forget why you do it. Stay true to what you do. We are in the process of recording an album right now. We don't know what it's going to be called yet, but we have been in the studio very, very many times for so many hours. And we are working very hard to get that out to all of you guys.